As a company, our sourcing goals have been to always provide the best quality essential oils while helping the greatest number of people possible. I'm proud to say that we've been able to do both. And even though this has not always made things easy for us, it has ensured that we can do things the right way, which is to source the best and help the most. And this is exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Some essential oil companies choose to own and operate their own farms, or even claim to own and operate their own farms. But most companies purchase essential oils from brokers and middlemen. However, neither approach is ideal. At doTERRA, we have created an entirely new system, one that has the capacity to truly empower thousands of small-scale farmers around the globe and provide a sustainable, long-term supply of the purest and most potent essential oils in the world. Our sourcing model is truly unique, and more importantly, it's working and making a significant impact for good for hundreds of thousands of people. As the largest essential oil company in the world, you might imagine we need a vast amount of oil to fulfill our needs for doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. Lavender, for example, is one of our most popular oils. Let's look at some numbers related to lavender. If we were to source our lavender in the most efficient, easiest, and cheapest way possible, which would be basically building a massive commercial farm in a cheap part of the world, we'd need nearly 3,000 acres of commercial farmland for this one crop. 3,000 acres! That's an enormous farm, especially for lavender. To run it, we'd honestly only need about 3 to 5 full-time employees. That's not many jobs supported, and logistically, it would actually be pretty easy for us to manage at our size. But that's just not who we are and what we're about. Profits, saving money, and cutting out small-scale, often multi-generational farmers is just not what drives and motivates us. People do. Helping the most does. So what does our lavender sourcing look like then? Our lavender, which is always 100% pure, unlike what people buy from retail and online stores, comes from several locations around the world, including, of course, Bulgaria. Instead of having a couple giant commercial farms, we choose to partner with existing small-scale farmers, most of whom have had these family farms for several generations and have struggled to continue to sustain their families through farming on a small scale. But working with doTERRA, they can now sustain their family needs. In Bulgaria, the average size farm for one of these small-scale lavender farmers is around 10 acres. In Bulgaria alone, we partner with more than 150 small-scale farmers. In total, the number of small-scale farmers we partner with around the world to cover all of our annual lavender needs is nearly 350 farmers for just this one oil. Imagine how much effort and time it requires to coordinate, organize, and support hundreds of small-scale farmers and distillers in multiple countries just for lavender. Not only that, but we have to ensure and confirm that every single batch of lavender we receive from all these farmers meets our strict, certified, pure, therapeutic grade quality standards. And lavender's just one of over 170 different oils that our sourcing team works so hard to supply the company with. Why would we take on such a feat? Why would we go to such great lengths to source lavender this way? It may make perfect sense to a finance guy like me to commercially farm our own lavender. It would be easier, more efficient, less expensive, and more profitable to go the commercial route. But we are far more motivated by helping and empowering people and communities than by cutting costs and maximizing profits. By partnering with just these lavender farmers, more than 1,000 lives are directly impacted. It's a similar story when it comes to peppermint. We now source our peppermint oil from multiple locations, including the Willamette Valley, as well as India. And before the morning is over, we'll show you your first glimpse into our latest adventure in the fragrant fields of Indian peppermint, which are beautiful. Our peppermint needs require over 4,000 acres of farms. That's massive. By not going the commercial route, we are able to empower more than 2,000 small-scale farmers. Working with these small-scale peppermint farmers amounts to directly impacting over 9,000 lives. Again, why do we do it this way? Because doTERRA doesn't build farms, we build farmers. We, and this includes each of you, are a company that cares. Think about how many lives are changed through these employment opportunities. Okay, one more example. As you may know, tea tree is native to Australia. We have an amazing sourcing partner in Australia that has a beautiful, larger size farm for tea tree, which many of our Aussie Diamond Club winners have visited in recent years. It's a beautiful family-owned farm that's well run. They produce amazing certified pure therapeutic grade oil. We are grateful for the partnership and proud to be offering you the oil that they produce. But as the size of doTERRA has grown and our needs for more tea tree oil have expanded, we looked for a way to source tea tree through small-scale farmers as well, and we found the perfect area in Kenya. Why Kenya? Because we source the best and help the most. We've invested significant time and resources into helping small-scale farmers in that region to grow and harvest crops for essential oils. We did this for several reasons. First being that Kenya has an ideal climate for growing several of the plants from which we extract essential oils. The second reason is that we have an amazing opportunity to create and sustain game-changing economic opportunities in underdeveloped communities in a region of the world that's relatively stable. Several years ago, we started to work with some growers in southern Kenya to grow tea tree. I remember one family in particular where the parents had many children and relied solely on their small 2 to 3 acre farm for their sustenance. They grew watermelons and vegetables, and they sold them in the local markets. It was always hit and miss as to what their income would be because of weather, crop quality, and even the demands of the market. When they were approached about growing tea tree for us, they were a bit skeptical, but agreed to put 1/3 of their farm in tea tree because of our agreement to fund the seedlings for them. I remember being there as the first harvest occurred, and our team in Kenya helped them with the harvest. We weighed the harvest foliage and we paid them on the spot. They were surprised to be paid immediately and were even more amazed that the amount they received was more than 4 times the amount they would have received from their prior crops on that land. They were excited to be able to fully fund the schooling needs of their children in advance with excess money available for their other needs. It's the first time they had ever been able to do that, and I'll forever remember the smile on their faces. It was priceless. Well, today, they have all of their available land planted in tea tree, and their neighbors are wanting to do the same. In Kenya and other regions around the world, the farmers that we work with have an income opportunity that simply just didn't exist before. They can participate with their family and friends in an industry that was previously unavailable to them with a partner that is honest and fair. We pay our farmers directly. We don't work with middlemen. We make it a point to pay them on time and to pay them fairly. This opportunity provides them with economic security that has not been possible for generations. The adults, the mothers and the fathers, they're earning enough that their children no longer have to work by their side but can attend school. Think about that for a moment. Recently, many of us have come to understand the luxury that sending your children to school can be, and finally, in these farmers' lives, they're earning enough money for their children to go to school, in some cases completing kindergarten through 12th grade for the first time in their family's history. This is an opportunity that has the power to create ripples of change, change that we're fortunate to be part of. The number of new tea tree farmer partnerships we have in Kenya is over 550 today, and it's growing quickly. These micro tea tree farms are an average of only 1/4 of an acre. Could we have easily sourced this amount in Australia or elsewhere? Yeah, of course, we could have. But the income generated by these small-scale farms for these families in Kenya is transformative. Nearly 2,000 lives are directly impacted by these 550 farmers. 2,000 lives that are changed forever. Sourcing essential oils this way has been difficult. It's presented complex problems, creating more work for our global sourcing team and for many of us at the corporate office. But when we look in the eyes of the children or the parents who are benefiting from this, we always know that it is absolutely 100% worth it. We didn't set out to find the easiest way to source essential oils. We set out to find the best way and the right way to source essential oils. Our sourcing goal is to empower as many farmers as we can around the world, while also empowering you with pure essential oils that make a difference in your lives. We do everything we can to make sure the hundreds of thousands of small-scale farmers and harvesters around the world that we work with are also empowered by our partnership. doTERRA does not and never will cut corners. We are absolutely committed to purity and potency, but also in empowering small-scale farmers to bring you the highest quality essential oils our beautiful and amazing earth has to offer. We source the best and help the most. We hope you feel great pride in working with doTERRA, because the work you do is truly changing the world.